Hi, I'm Wanda from Melinda Craft and this is our Quilt Blocks channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make this really easy boat quilt block. So let's get started. So what you're going to need to make this block are 4 3x3 squares for the water. Now you can also do this in a single strip, and if you click on the link below you can go to our website and we'll show you the measurements and how to do that. You'll also need 2 squares for the boat, they're 3x3 inches, 4 for the sky, 3x3, and then for our half square triangles we need 2 pieces of fabric contrasting, one for the sky and one as part of the boat, and they measure 7x7. We're going to make our half square triangles first, so we take our 2 7-inch pieces of fabric and we turn one over, and what we're going to do is draw diagonal lines. Now I've already done that, but you just draw a line from point to point that way and from point to point this way. So then we're going to take the other square and we put them right sides together. It's like that, and we're going to sew 1/4 inch from that line on either side, and the same here, we're going to go 1/4 inch from the drawn line because that's going to be our cutting line. So I'll go and do that now. So as you can see, I've sewn 1/4 inch on either side of the line, and now I'm going to cut my half square triangles. So I take my ruler and it's 3.5 inches in, and that will take me down that middle of the square. So I'll just do that one first. Okay. And then we turn it round and we cut again the same up the middle. And the last cuts that we make are these where we've drawn our lines. So I'll just have to use a different ruler because my little one doesn't fit. Okay, so we're cutting now from point to point. If you haven't got one of these rotating tables, I thoroughly recommend them for doing block work. They're brilliant. Okay, and that's our final cut. So we now have, didn't cut right through, but I'll fix that up. Okay, so we'll have 8. We're only going to use 6 of them. So where's one that actually cut? There we go. So we'll open those and we'll press them, and we'll press the seam to the dark side. So as you can see, I've trimmed my half square triangles. I'm not going to go through the trimming with you as we have a video all about trimming half square triangles, and we'll put a link in the description below. So what we do now is we lay our pattern out, which I've done here. So you'll have a picture that will guide you. And what we need to do now is sew the block together. So what I'm going to do is start on this bottom row. Now if you've chosen to do this in a strip, you can miss this step, but for those of you who are doing it like I'm doing it, you'll just sew those 2 together and those 2 together and then come back and join in the middle. So I'll go and do that now, and then we'll come back and do the next step. So as you can see, I've sewn those 4 blocks together, and with this block I'm going to actually iron the seams open. You can iron it any way you prefer, if you prefer to sew it to one side, but I'm going to do for the whole block, I'm going to iron these seams open. Okay, so that's the first row, and now I'm going to do the next row, which is again the same principle. So those 2 together, those 2 together, and then sew the middle one so that forms a row, and I'll do that with each of these rows. Right, so I've sewn all of the squares together in rows, and now I'm going to sew the rows together. So we'll start with these 2 and put one on top of the other, right sides together. Sew along here with a 1/4 inch seam, and we'll do the same with the top ones. Just sew along here with a 1/4 inch seam. And once I've done that, I'll join the top 2 rows to the bottom 2 rows, and that will be our block finished. So I'll go and do that now. So there we are, our block is finished. So you can see if you make a few of these blocks, you can put them together with some sashing and they'll make a lovely quilt for a little boy. So they're just beautiful. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial, and if you have, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. And we'll have more great tutorials for you in the future.